ruled the city, landowners and merchants mostly. And in the 6th century BC, tyrants took over. Only in the final years of the 6th century BC, democracy was established here for the very first time in history. And the next century, the 5th century BC, was the age of democracy, the golden age of Pericles, as it is widely known today, during which Athens flourished. Those were the classical times. All the monuments of the Acropolis hill were built in the 5th century BC. All of the great philosophers lived in those days. Those were the classical times. And later came the Hellenistic years, the times of Alexander the Great and his successors. But after that came the Roman times. But even in the Roman times, Athens still was a very important center, very much appreciated by the Roman emperors and the scholars. Later came the Byzantine period, and in the Byzantine times, Athens was of no particular importance because another city was the capital of the Byzantine Empire. And that other city in the beginning was called Constantinople. Later, by the Ottoman Turks, the same city was named Istanbul, and that was the capital. Starting from 1453, and for about 400 years, the Greek world was under Ottoman Turkish occupation. The War of Independence started in 1821. The new Greek state was established in 1832, and Athens became the capital in 1834. And Athens back then was like a small town with only 6,000 people. Today, 4.5 million people live here in one city around the Acropolis. In fact, almost half of the Greeks will live in Athens. In a few moments on our left-hand side, you will see the Panathinaik Stadium, the venue that housed the first modern Olympic Games, Athens 1896. And I will tell you just two numbers about that stadium. First of all, about its capacity, 65,000 people, and about the weight of the marble, because it was all made of marble, 85 million tons. You will see a massive stadium. Today we use it as the finishing line for the classic marathon race. Every November, every year, we have the classic marathon race in the memory of Pheidippides, the soldier who had to announce the victory of the Athenian army against the Persian army in the Battle of Marathon in the year 490 BC. He had to cover 42.2 kilometers, fully armed, and he shouted only "Nenikikamen" in ancient Greek. We are victorious in English to the others, and he died of exhaustion. He collapsed. And you can see the stadium now on your left-hand side. 65,000 people, 85 million tons, the weight of the marble. And on our right-hand side we have Herod Atticus Street, the street where the president of the Republic has his house, and the Prime Minister lives right next to the President. This is our 5th Avenue on your right-hand side, almost. And the stadium, as you can see, is open to the city. It was always like this. One side was open to the city. And we also use this venue for open-air concerts in the summer months. For example, it was 11 years ago when R.E.M., the rock band from the States, came to play here. And R.E.M., they were so happy that evening because they were coming from Athens, Georgia, USA, to Athens, Greece. You see, around the world there are 23 cities called Athens. 23. All of them are named Athens after this city right here. And we saw the venue of the first modern Olympic Games. We will see now the building that became the first modern Olympic village for those games.